say that multiple choice is more difficult. So, but anyway, we don't have any multiple choices, just they're all hands-on. So let me go over, okay? Well, we can have a multiple choices at the end. I go as a final if you really want it. Okay, so here's the scenario. Let me go to the tests folder on Georgia View. I assume you have seen that review. Okay, so let me switch to share screen. I'm going to share entire screen. All right, that's out of, again, Go View. I need to be student view. Okay, tests. Proctor test 1, review. Basically list what kind of skills, what kind of things is going to expect on the tests. So mostly modules 1, 2, and 3, but most likely covered from modules 1 and 2. So very few from module 3. For example, difference between relative cell reference and absolute cell reference. Simply just inserting $, right, to the cell reference. And some product, I believe that's from the project. I know it's not from the module, but some product is from the project 1 that will calculate weighted average. Okay, so this could be on the tests. But other than that, just modules 1 and 2, some very fundamental skills, how to enter records, colors, fonts, themes, and few functions that we're going to have will be sum, average, maximum, minimum, count. Okay, well as sum product. That's out of project 1. And conditional formatting, that's pretty important, out of module 2, conditional format. So let's take a look what kind of format or what kind of skills you may expect specifically, right? So I have few samples. First couple of them they are all, the previous semesters. And third one is, we had this quiz this week, and this is quiz 1 from campus section. So we have 3 samples. So let's take a look first one, which is sample question set number 1. Okay. Now I think I better be in Word. So you better just download this sample question set 1 rather than just opening in web. Just download it to GeoJB, I believe. Word document. So this is the sample question set 1. It's too big. Actually, it looks like this is the quiz. I don't know which one is exactly because I downloaded, but either way, we'll taking care of the other one. So the direction is you're going to create the worksheet just like that, first, right? You enter whatever those data into worksheets. Yeah, just mute it, please, when you are not talking. All right, anyway, so that's the first step. Then you're going to work on sum across, sum vertically, and all that. So I think I have a worksheets. Where is it? There you go. Okay. So that's the result from these directions. Okay. What we have here is, so that's the data set we entered, not including the sum. Okay. We can just delete that. Just delete it now. So that's the starting point. Okay, so I'll let you enter all those data. Then we're going to have a sum for column H, meaning that you're going to find the income. You're going to find the total for expenses. By the way, this example is we have income each month from January to June. You have expenses in terms of different expenses, like 8 or 9 different expenses. Then you have total expenses at the bottom. We're going to count how many expenses item, meaning how many items here, not the total. So that we can use count function over here. Then at the bottom, savings, meaning that we have income, expenses. So what are the savings? What are the surplus, right? Which is subtracting expenses from income. In other words, income minus expenses. So that's the direction. Okay. So what you're going to do is just, we're going to enter the sum, right? Finding, first of all, column H. Then we try to use the flash fill as much, so you don't want to just type it in manually too many times. Then over here, okay, actually sum is already entered. So here too, across January to June, we're going to enter the sum for expenses first, right? Expenses. Across autofill, right? Then we have total income each month. We have total expenses. So what's the savings? Meaning whether you have more income than expenses or vice versa, right? So all you do is just subtract it. Then over the 6 months, here we go, and including total. All right, so it's lucky we have positive numbers, because these numbers are just random. It's not really significant in terms of the number itself, right? All we do is just, we are entering the function. So that's what we have in terms of formula view, looks like this. So basically we have only sum function, and just subtraction. Then here, the step asks you to find the number of items under expenses. How many items? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 items. So rather than we just type 9, we want to use the count function to find how many expense items are there. So we're going to enter the count. Then we're going to just highlight number of expenses only. Okay, the reason I'm highlighting here is the count function will accept only the number. So if you try to highlight here, let's see what happens actually. So that we can count, number of expense items. Zero, right? Why is it 0? we enter count function, right, to count this item. It's supposed to be 9. We have 0. Because count function will accept only the numbers, the cell containing numbers. But these cells are words, text, right? So it's not going to work. So that's why you need to use the cell containing numbers for count function. So that it'll return 9, meaning we have 9 expenses items. All right? Now here's a percent. I'm sure you're going to have a percent question, right? Just find the percent of this number out of total number or whatever. But in this case, we're going to deal with the expenses. These items. These are the expenses item. So we have whatever amount of expenses for rent, food, sell, and all that. Then here's the total expenses amount, right? So we're going to find percent of this rent out of total expenses. So you have to do is just divide by, right? Divide by total expense, which is, I think this format, number format is already set, but default is general. So what you're going to do is when you see these decimal places, you need to change it to percent style and 2 decimal places if it's asking for two decimal places. Okay. All right. So that's the percent you just found. Can we just autofill this to get the right answer? Like that? It's going to work?
Yes.
Anybody? Yes. So you're gonna get the correct answers when you do autofill, right? Is that right?
Yes.
Let's see what happens. I just did that autofill. Oops, I got errors.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Absolute value, maybe?
What value?
Absolute value?
There you go. Absolute cell reference. Okay.
Cell reference.
To be exact. So what does it mean by that? What we need to do?
Oh, put the dollar sign
There you go.
in front of the column and the row.
Right. Just press F4. Okay, so that it'll enter both $ into. Okay. Or you can do it manually, that's fine. Then you're going to do autofill, right? So that's something you need to distinguish when you enter absolute cell reference, which is $, or when you're not. But this is the case you need to use $, make it this fixed, H16 fixed, right? Why? Because this is a total that you have to use all the time for this calculation, right? If you don't have it, see, you saw what happened. If you don't have $, this is what happened. It becomes H17, H18, H19, H20, H21. It's got nothing there. It's blank. So that's why you got error when you run this formula like this. See that all these errors? So that's why you need to have $ to fix this problem. However, again, you need to know when to use it, right? Not all the time. Okay, any question about that? Percent and absolute cell reference. Okay, running total. Running total, I think it appears in module 2. Could be module 3, but anyway, running total is the total that you keep adding it. For example, let's use column H again, okay, for the expenses. So we want to find cumulative total or running total. So some people call it cumulative total. And other times we call it running total. Either way is fine. Okay. So what we're trying to do is we try to keep adding, for example, that, this one equals to that. Now we're going to add the 6,000 to 4,200. So we'll add that plus that. Then we're going to add this amount, 1,200. So that's why we're going to do it, keep doing it. So rather than doing like this, right, we can use a couple of ways. One way is just enter manually sum function equals sum of that itself. And let's see what happens. Then we're going to give a $sign to first H7. So 60,000 itself, right? Then when we autofill right below, it's going to add 4,200. So become 10,200. Autofill next. Just keep adding. Keep adding all the way. Right. And at the end, we're going to have that, which is the cumulative or running total. And this is the formula. So pretty simple if you look at it, just adding H7 itself, but first term must be fixed so that it'll add to H7, H8, H9, and all the way. Meaning it'll add to H7, H8, H7, H8, H9. This, it'll add H7, 8, 9, 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's what's going to happen. But that's how you're going to enter manually, but Excel allow to use quick analysis so that you don't have to enter manually. That's something I want to show here. I think we did it last time, but why not just do it once again. So assuming there's a blank column right after total so that we can enter this cumulative total in this column I, okay? So what we're going to do is to use the quick analysis to find the running total or cumulative total. You're going to highlight those items to calculate. Then you'll see this quick analysis pop up at the bottom. Then you have totals. You got all kinds of different tools you can use. But we're going to be in totals because we're going to do cumulative or running total. So find the running total with the arrow pointing to the right. But this one is arrow pointing to the bottom, so the number will show at the bottom. If you move down, there's a running total. Again, the arrow is pointing to the right, so that, as you can see, that's the number we are getting, the result from quick analysis. So again, highlight, quick analysis, totals, then you scroll to the right until you see running total and the arrow pointing to the right. But if you want to put it at the bottom or right below, you can use this running total, the pointing below right here. So the number will show at the bottom. Right? So that's another way to achieve this running total or cumulative total. Any questions?
Could you explain to me again how you did the running total using sum, equal sum?
Right. Of course.
It's
running total or cumulative total. So we want to do the running total or cumulative total for those items, okay, these items. So to do it manually, I use the sum function of itself, which is H7, because that's the first item, and itself, which is H7. Then you're going to make it H7 absolute cell reference.
Is there a comma between those two or
colon? Yes, there's a colon.
I can't see a colon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be small from your side. Right here. How about that?
Oh yeah, it's fine. I can see it.
Good?
Yeah, good.
All right. The reason we are doing is so that we can autofill, right? If you autofill, there you go. First term, this H7 stays same. The second term, which is the H7, becomes H8, H9, H10, H11. That's what we want, so that you get the right answer. Oops. Just like that, which is exactly the same as this amount. In fact,
you go back one step, 1 second. Go back one step. I missed something. Okay. Okay, I understand now. I see.
Good?
Yes, I'm good.
All right. Any other questions about percent or running total?
I do have a question about the conditional formatting. I don't know if you're going to get to that a little bit more.
Sure.
With some of that coloring, I have a problem with.
Right. Let's try that. All right. So let's say we want to highlight those numbers greater than 500 on March, column D. So I'm going to highlight those items, conditional formatting, highlights, greater than, right? All you do is just enter 500 in this box. Then here's a color, different color that you can choose. Okay? And we can do less than. Between, what about between? So that we can choose two different numbers. Let's say we want to highlight numbers between 100 to 500, let's say. I'm just making up. With custom format, custom color. Say I like green, purple or blue. I don't know what color is this. Something like that. It's too dark. But anyway, so that's a between, right? And we can do other highlights, other conditional formatting equal to, so that you can pick up the exact number, right? And we can also do text that contains, meaning we can even highlight the text, not only the number. For example, we're going to highlight here, because we are doing text, you need to select the text, right? So then let's say we want to highlight food. So I'm going to go highlight cells, click text that contains, then I'm going to type food with green. There, so food is highlighted. So you can do so many different things with the conditional formatting. And top and bottom rules. So we can, let's do the April. So I'm going to highlight April. Then I want to highlight top 3. Instead of 10, I'm going to enter number 3 with whatever different color. Okay. Also, we can do bottom 10. Also, we can do the percentage. I think you get the idea, right? And also above average, so we don't have to find actual average number to do this. I'm only interested in highlighting those numbers. I'm not interested in what's the average. So I want to highlight those numbers above average. So I'm going to select this with, let's say, different, we got so many colors going. So maybe this color this time. So those two items are, those two numbers are above average. Okay. Right, so that's how we're going to go and how you're going to select either highlight cell or top and bottom. All right, any questions?
Thank you.
Sure. I think that's about it for this exercise. So if you don't have any questions, I'm going to just close it. Or I'll just leave it for a while. And let's take a look at the other one. Sample question set 2. Need to download. Okay, this is the set number 2. In terms of how the questions are laid out, it's a little different, right? So you need to, I don't know, this might be a little bit inconvenient for you because the questions is displayed here like this. So I don't think we're going to have question like this, but because this is a old test, I'm just showing as an example. Okay. But this is the data set. So what we're trying to do is a very similar thing as we did in the other one. We have 50 states in column A. By the way, this is the application received from each state. So it looks like this is application for class of 2028. This is, I think it's just made up numbers, but we have all 50 states. We have number of applicants, applications, there's a misspell. Received, and percent of total, and percent of population that's given, difference, budget is given as well. Then we're going to find the cumulative total for using this budget. Okay, so let's do percent of total first. What it's saying is we have, for example, Alabama received 79,000 applications. So what 70,000 is, what's the percent of 70,000 out of total that we're going to find at the bottom, which is B60. The first thing is we need to find the sum at the bottom, right? Sum of entire applications all the way up. So that's the total application number. Okay, so to find percent of Alabama, you take 79 divided by this total, right? So take that, divide by B60. There you go. So we have some decimal places. Need to change it to percent style with maybe 2 decimal places. So what are we going to do next to fill column C? What's the best way to do it? You're going to type it in again? Autofill?
Yes.
If you autofill, what's going to happen?
Oh, no, you can't use autofill. You got to use your dollar signs.
To where?
To the bottom number. I can't see the numbers. I can't see the words. Oh, I got, hold on. It'll be in cell
60.
B60. B60.
Okay, are you looking at C8, right?
Yeah.
So the divisor, we're going to enter absolute set reference.
Yeah.
Then we can do autofill. Is that right?
Yes.
There you go. Magically fill out, right? I think this is unnecessary. I'm going to delete that. Then we can just apply percent style again. I thought I did it. Oh, we didn't do it. Okay. There you go. Oh, I think I made a mistake. Not this one. That's the population. But we already done
You
it.
failed. You failed.
Yeah. And that was the given number, so I messed up. My bad. All right, so we got that part. Again, don't forget inserting $sign for this kind of calculation. All right, so what we have next? So next is column E. And again, this doesn't mean anything, just this is not, we don't have to understand why we're doing this and where this number come from. We're just gonna do calculation as given. So we need to do difference between two numbers. So all you do is just subtract it in this example. So take that but this doesn't make sense, right? This total is, percent of total is the application, but percent of population, but you're going to find the difference between two numbers. Doesn't make sense, but for the sake of practice, or Excel skills, that's what we're going to do. Just subtraction, that's all. Based on the direction. All right. Then last column G. So just like we did in the other worksheets, we're going to do cumulative total using column F. So what's going to be the formula?
Can you use running total for that?
Sum of F8, right?
Mm-hmm.
To F8. So where are we going to enter $sign to?
First F8.
First one, okay? So that we know what's going to happen, right? So when we autofill all the way bottom, what's going to happen is it becomes F8 to F9, F8, F10, F8 to F11, and all the way down, right? So that's what's going to happen, as you can see. Then you'll have those numbers calculated for cumulative total. Or you can just do highlighting quick analysis like we did it. A quick analysis, total, but this time we can place the total at the bottom. Then we can choose this running total arrow pointing to the bottom, this one, right? Click that. But that would be only one number. So if you want to show step by step, then you're going to have to choose total, running total to the right, this one, right? So I think there's a few more steps for this worksheets, but I think that's pretty much it. Could it be just formatting, conditional formats, but it's really hard to read all this. Yeah, conditional formats there using above average. Yeah, that's the last one, almost last one. Okay, so again, percent, calculating percent. and cumulative total or running total. That's very important. So that's why I'm introducing this worksheet. All right, any questions? All right. We have one more item under Proctor U Test 1 sample, which is sample quiz. That's quiz 1 out of campus section. Let's see what we have it here. Okay. I think I need to download. It could be same thing as we just did it, I guess. But we'll take a look. Yeah, I think it's the same thing. So I just recycled it, so I thought it was a different one, but turns out it's the same thing as we just did it, the very first worksheets. Okay. So I guess I skipped few items like here. Like this formatting thing, right? Merge and center and change the style of the column with a heading or title, and also different cell style, XN1, XN2, XN3, those things. Then I skipped it. But here, there's a cell style. There's on the style, cell styles. For example, you want to apply different cell style to January to June and total for row number 2. Go to cell style. If the direction says apply whatever XN1, it's right here. XN2, XN3, 4, depending on what kind of theme you have. Because if you go to page layout, you go to theme, you have different theme. So different theme offers different colors. So if you're in office theme, the color you're going to get will be different if you go to cell style. So I'm going to select office theme, right, this one. Then I'm going to go to cell style on the home tab. I think it's a little different. Let's try the other one. I'm going to select Eon. Then I'm going to go to cell style and see what kind of colors offer under cell style. It's a little different, right, from office theme. So
We'd
that's how.
To search these themes to find a certain color?
No.
Okay.
No, it's going to be too much.
Yeah.
Now, it may ask you to just apply theme, for example, apply theme to these worksheets, apply whatever theme. Let's say apply, what kind of theme we have? Gallery theme to this worksheet. That's all.
So if it did want us to apply a theme, where does our cursor need to be to apply the theme to the worksheet? Or that's automatically done when you choose a theme?
Right, just within worksheets, any place. Just
Okay.
doesn't matter where, then you go to theme, then apply.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, sure. So that's again under theme and cell style. Okay, because we have a heading, title, different style of the cell you can apply right here. All right. Okay, so anything else you want to talk about or any questions? Again, you're going to have 100 minutes, but I know this under the, proctoring circumstances could be challenging for some people. But, just try to stay calm and just talk to the proctor if you have any problem. Don't get mad or anything, okay? Trying to be friendly, okay? Because I think each proctor can proctor multiple students, so it's not an easy job for them too. So, and if anything happen, just talk to proctor and just send me an email so that I can help you out. And also, you need to schedule a good time for you, because I know some of you kind of suffering internet from time to time. Okay, your internet is slow at night or evening, then you don't want to get an appointment for that time. Okay, choose different time, because just failing your tests or retaking the test is really time consuming and money, and it's kind of headache. So you want to do it right. So any questions at all? We good? I think we have a chat. Multiple choice, multiple screens. I don't know about that policy. Need to ask proctor about it.
They won't allow you to have multiple screens. They do like a lockdown browser.
Right, multi-display. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
so you won't be able to have anything like that because they'll go in, they shut down all the applications,
Right.
and then they'll lock your browser down where you can only utilize
GoView.
the testing site. Yeah.
Makes sense. However, you should be able to use multiple applications, meaning Word, Excel at the same time. Okay, so you should be okay for that. All right, is that it? Okay then, good luck, and just let me know if you have any questions before the tests.
Thanks.
See you next time.